Hey everybody, hey, this is Mike Kohler coming to you from Mike Kohler Fitness. And in this video, I want to talk about all the natural ways you can lower and keep your blood pressure at optimal levels. Actually, unfortunately, high blood pressure does run in my family. So these are all the things that I tell my family members to do to keep their blood pressure under control. Plus, I'm concerned about it. I'm getting older now, and I do things every day. I eat in a certain way. I take some supplements. I work out to keep my weight under control. I do a number of things to make sure my blood pressure stays at optimal levels, okay? Now in this video, first I want to talk about all the ways you can eat to keep your blood pressure under control. Then I want to talk about some supplements that I recommend that studies have shown can really keep your blood pressure under control. And then we'll go into some basic lifestyle modifications. You know, things you can do when it comes to exercise and keeping your weight under control that can keep your blood pressure in check. But first of all, I really want to say, please do not stop taking your blood pressure medication if you are taking your blood pressure medication. If you need blood pressure medication right now, keep taking it. You know, you can talk to your doctor. You can go over some of the things with your doctor that we speak about in this video, and maybe down the road, you can get off your blood pressure medication. Okay, so after that being said, let's get into the whole program. First, let's talk about what you should be eating to keep your blood pressure under control. Now, there was somewhat of a groundbreaking book that came out a number of years ago called The DASH Diet. And this book pretty much looked at the types of foods people were eating that kept them with ideal blood pressure. And what they concluded is foods that are high in potassium, magnesium, and calcium seems to keep people's blood pressure under control. For example, if you're eating a diet that's not high in potassium, that's low in potassium, low in calcium, low in magnesium, and you have high blood pressure, this book and studies have shown that if you increase potassium, magnesium, and calcium by eating good whole natural foods, your blood pressure can dramatically improve and actually go down. Okay, so when I analyze this book and analyze all the information, I say that sounds good, but let's find the way to increase the potassium, magnesium, and calcium in our diets, but we don't want to eat too many calories. Like, for example, if you would eat a banana is about 100 calories and has 400 milligrams of potassium. So most people think that's great, and bananas are good for you. But just think, the adequate intake for potassium is over 4,000 milligrams a day. That would require you to eat 10 bananas. Obviously, no one's going to eat 10 bananas a day. Plus, you want a variety of foods. So in my opinion, the key to get the right amount of potassium in your diet is to pick foods that are really high in potassium, but at the same time, low in calories, okay? And this is pretty much kind of what that DASH diet recommends. So let's talk about some foods now that are high in potassium and that are low in calories. One of my favorites is actually tomato juice. I did a video about this years ago. This is called Very Veggie. It's an organic, low sodium, which is very important when it comes to blood pressure, keeping the sodium down. Actually, the DASH diet book recommended keeping your sodium, if possible, under 1,500 milligrams a day. You know, the average American is way over 3,000. You know, they even said you can get away with about 2,500 milligrams of sodium. But I really would prefer for everyone to keep their sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams a day. Plus, when you keep your sodium content low, you can't eat processed foods because processed foods are so high in sodium. Obviously, processed foods aren't good for you, and they can potentially raise your blood pressure. Okay, let's get back to this tomato juice. Now, this tomato juice, for example, is only 50 calories per 8-ounce cup and has a whopping 600 milligrams of potassium. So when you think about it, this has more than double the amount of potassium actually in a banana. So for example, this tomato juice, this tomato-based vegetable drink is a great way to increase your potassium and at the same time keep your calories low. Now, one of the other ways I think is an incredible way to increase your potassium are these actually green drinks, these green vegetable drinks. Actually, I even did a video on how to lower your blood pressure by juicing. Check it out, it did really well. I got a lot of views on that video. But this is just a simpler way of doing it. Actually, this is those cold pressed organic juices, and this is basically, you have to be careful though when it comes to picking out these juices. You want to pick one that really is all vegetables. A lot of companies put fillers, like they fill it with either like apple juice or like other type of juices that make it taste better, but then it becomes a sweet drink and it doesn't have the potassium. For example, this drink is literally only 45 calories and you're going to get about 800 or so milligrams of potassium. That's even better than the vegetable juice. All the vitamins and minerals in these green drinks. I'm telling you, drink these green drinks, you're going to live forever. It's just incredible. I have a green drink every single day. I love it. I get my potassium. It's just a great way to increase your potassium and at the same time keep my calories under control. For example, there's 4.5 pounds of vegetables in this one drink. You couldn't eat 4.5 pounds of vegetables. So you got your tomato juice, you got your green drinks, and then you just want to eat, like, a lot of fruits and vegetables. I mean, a minimal, an adequate amount of fruits. I'd say 2 fruits a day, 2 different colored fruits, and you really do want to eat tons of vegetables. You can't eat too many vegetables. Loaded with potassium, vitamins, and minerals. You really want to eat almost an unlimited amount of vegetables every day. But once again, ease into it. All that fiber could upset your stomach. So if you're not used to eating vegetables, gradually increase it. I would say a great thing to do is to pick 2 different colored vegetables every night for dinner. Have a big salad for lunch. When you're making your breakfast in the morning, if you're going to have eggs, throw some vegetables in your eggs. And then do your drinks, and you should be all set with the amount of potassium in your diet. Okay, now let's talk about calcium. Now, calcium too. Okay, you want about 1,200 milligrams of potassium every day. That's the daily allowance. That's also what the DASH diet talked about, getting enough calcium. But obviously, you want to have, in my opinion, you want to have that grass-fed if you're going to be having dairy. One of my favorite things is this type of yogurt, the Ziggs yogurt. This is grass-fed yogurt. I buy the low-fat one because when I have my yogurt, I like to add flaxseed to it, and maybe I'll add some hemp seeds to it. I do things that might try to make it taste a little bit better. So one way of getting my calcium, I like these grass-fed yogurts. Also, you get a lot of calcium from your leafy greens and things like that, from eating broccoli. So you're going to notice that when it comes to eating to lower your blood pressure, it's just basically good, whole, natural eating. It all intertwines. You're going to be getting calcium from these drinks as well. Actually, you're drinking 4.5 pounds of vegetables. You're getting calcium from this green drink. Okay, so we got our potassium covered. Now we got our calcium covered. Now, when it comes to magnesium, you want about 420 milligrams of magnesium every day. You're going to get that also from similar sources. You're going to get it from nuts, seeds, from leafy greens, are high in magnesium. If you're eating a whole, healthy, natural diet, you should be getting enough magnesium. Okay, so that's basically summing up the type of diet I'd like you to eat: a whole, natural diet consisting of, a lot of vegetables, fruits, and then obviously lean proteins, okay? And that's pretty much what the DASH diet recommended. They wanted you to eat a lot of whole grains. I'm a little more cautious when it comes to whole grains because my philosophy for weight loss and just keep staying in an optimal weight is that moderate carbohydrate approach. And if you're eating a lot of whole grains, in my opinion, there's a lot of empty calories in whole grains. You'll get your fiber from eating your whole vegetables and some fruits, but you'll keep your calories down from staying away from the whole grains. Some whole grains are okay, but I wouldn't overdo it when it comes to eating the grains. Okay, now let's go into something else I do. I also want to talk about some supplements, but the supplements I take are really just foods. It's not like I'm prescribing some type of crazy supplements. All the supplements I'm taking that helps lower blood pressure, that studies have shown can dramatically lower blood pressure, are really just foods. And another one is actually one of the biggest ones is beet juice. Okay, studies have shown that if you drink anywhere between 8 to 16 ounces of beet juice every day, you will dramatically lower your blood pressure. There's nitric oxide in the beet juice. That kind of opens up your arteries, creates good blood flow. I even find it really helps me out when I do my aerobic training. There's no question in my mind, if I have an 8-ounce glass of beet juice before I do a hard aerobic workout, I feel stronger. There's no question about it. The only thing about beet juice is you do have to be a little careful with the calories. Every 8-ounce cup is 100, 125 calories. So, you want to keep it in check. You want to keep your calories in check. I've done other videos on how to control your weight. Another video I recently did is my weight loss calorie formula, which you guys should all check out. So I would say have 1 8-ounce glass of beet juice every day and see if that helps you with your blood pressure. Okay, something else that's really been shown to be effective, that studies have shown that lowers blood pressure, is hibiscus tea. Something else that's been studied, and it shows that if you have 3 cups of hibiscus tea every day, that can really help you to lower your blood pressure. And I love it. I even do things where you can almost make yourself a fun drink. You make yourself a cup of hibiscus tea and maybe add 4 ounces of beet juice in there, and do that a couple times a day. 2 or 3 times a day. That's another great way to keep your blood pressure under control. Okay. Now, something else that is shown to lower your blood pressure is actually dark chocolate, this cocoa beans. You have to be careful though with dark chocolate, because sometimes the dark chocolate really isn't dark enough. It's got to be like 85% in my opinion or higher. Plus there is some sugar and some calories in dark chocolate. I like these cocoa nibs. These are just like 100% straight cocoa. Some people have a hard time eating them because of the taste. I actually like the taste, but what you can do with that is you can take these and maybe sprinkle it on top of your grass-fed yogurt. So, then you're getting your calcium, you're getting your cocoa. But studies have shown that cocoa does lower blood pressure. Also be careful because there is some caffeine here, so keep that in check as well. Now, some of the other supplements that have shown to lower blood pressure is basically just taking garlic. I take garlic every day. I take 2 of these. I take about 1,200 milligrams of garlic every day. Studies have shown that diets high in garlic, lower blood pressure. Something else you may want to try. See, these are all things that I don't think you can't get hurt by them. It's just garlic, pretty much. Something else, actually, I got this on Dr. Mercola's site. He recommends people taking olive leaf extract to lower blood pressure. Some studies have shown that olive leaf extract also lowers blood pressure. I take 2 of these every single day. There's about 900 milligrams here in the olive leaf extract. Okay, so these are, in my opinion, safe ways and safe supplements to take that could possibly help you with the blood pressure. I did a lot of studying on this, and I looked at a number of other things, and I find that these generally are the best. Okay, now let's also talk about just general lifestyle modifications you can do every day that are actually just good for you and that can keep your blood pressure under control. First, let's talk about alcohol. Some studies show that moderate drinking can lower blood pressure. But hey, moderate drinking can get out of hand pretty quickly. So I would go by the general guidelines. If you're a man and you're drinking more than 2 drinks a day and your blood pressure is high, you may want to cut back. For a woman, if you're drinking more than 1 drink a day, 1 alcoholic drink a day, and your blood pressure is high, you also might want to cut back. Okay, so just basically keep your alcohol in check. Now, caffeine, I can't live without my 1 cup of coffee in the morning. I just have to have it, even if it may raise my blood pressure a little bit. What the studies have shown on caffeine is that if you do have high blood pressure and you drink coffee, like you have caffeine, it can raise your blood pressure. If you're not predisposed to it, it doesn't. So that's something you may want to talk about with your doctor. I mean, hey, just don't overdo the coffee. Don't overdo the caffeine. Stay away from those energy drinks that have caffeine in it. I can totally understand. I think just actually drinking a cup of coffee in the morning is good for you. There's some good research that says, with all the antioxidants in coffee and things like that, and the prevention of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, that studies have shown that coffee could help. Coffee actually is a good drink in my opinion. But when it comes to high blood pressure, you want to keep in check. Okay, so now let's also talk about some other lifestyle modifications you can do to keep your blood pressure. And obviously the first one is losing weight. If you're overweight and your blood pressure is high, that's one of the first things I would do, is just to lose weight. Studies have shown just by losing weight, you lose 10 pounds, I'm sure your blood pressure is going to go down. I mean, it's kind of an obvious thing to say, but you really, it will make such a difference in your life in general just to be lighter and in an optimal way. And the other thing is really just exercise. Those are the 2 big lifestyle changes. Exercising is going to lower your blood pressure. Now, not overdoing it. Actually, even if you just walking alone can dramatically lower your blood pressure. Actually, just walking, if you can get up to walking 45 minutes a day at a comfortable level, I'm sure to some degree your blood pressure is going to go down, and it's definitely going to improve. In fact, I did another great video. Actually, if you subscribe to my email list on my Mike Kohler fitness site, I did a video on 5 things you should do every single day that's going to skyrocket, that's going to really increase your energy. And obviously walking is one of my 5 things that I think people should do every day on a regular basis to increase their energy, and also now to lower your blood pressure. Okay, now let's just generally review everything we talked about in this video and all the key things I think you should do to lower your blood pressure. Okay, first you want to eat foods that are high in potassium. We talked about that. We talked about our tomato juice, our green drinks. We talked about eating a lot of vegetables, eating some fruits, and just eating a whole natural diet. We also want to increase the calcium in our diet, by eating like low-fat dairy products. I like those grass-fed dairy products like yogurt and by eating like leafy greens, by eating, broccoli and things like that. We also want to increase the magnesium in our diet. It all starts coming together. There's magnesium in greens, there's magnesium in nuts and seeds and things in eating a whole natural diet. Okay, now there's also let's talk about summarize the supplements we took. I'm taking, cocoa, I'm taking olive leaf extract, I'm taking garlic. I do a couple of cups of hibiscus tea every single day, and I also drink beet juice. In my opinion, these are the type of things that studies have shown dramatically lower blood pressure. And then I'm also keeping my weight at an optimal level, and I'm working out all the time. Okay, and these are the keys to keeping your blood pressure under control. Okay, so I hope everyone really enjoyed this video. I know it was a little lengthy, and I gave you a lot of different things to think about here. I mean, even just trying one or two of these things could actually really help you keeping your blood pressure under control. Okay, well, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Actually follow me on Facebook, check out my Instagram account. And like I always say, if you're in the New York area and you're looking for a great fitness facility to work out in, a gym to work out in, check my gym out, My Cola Fitness. Right now I'm in Mount Kisco, New York, and Westchester. I can help you with weight loss and general health issues. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, and anything I tell you, you always want to check with your doctor. But I've really dealt with so many people over the years. I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've really come across and helped people with so many different health and fitness type issues. I'm sure I can help you. Okay, well, take care, and I hope to hear from everyone soon.